SOM and FNS are back on NRG, and to commemorate this occasion, I decided to review some of their gameplay so we know what to expect on their return to the roster. This video will also be a deep dive on how to review a pro player. It's no secret that most pros, when streaming, don't necessarily make all the right decisions, but it's important for you to be able to identify what's good, what's bad, so that you can replicate it in your own gameplay to be able to rank up and get great results. So let's dive in. So a couple of things that I like to look at for any kind of pro when you're starting up, watching what they do in their webcam and seeing how they look at with their eyes and stuff like that, because that gives you a really good perspective. I think other things that could be really interesting about this VOD too is looking at how much he moves his mouse, because I always talk about how you really shouldn't be swiping that much. You really shouldn't be like flicking. It's really just like keeping it stationary as much as you possibly can and using your movement to aim. So these are like little things that you can look at whenever you're observing a pro VOD. So see, like he's flicks his eyes. He knows there's a potential threat in front of him, that someone could be walking in, but he's also timing out when he's throwing smokes for his team.
I'm blind.
Okay. So the B main smoke separates it so that they can have, from the back end, they can easily stage onto the spot and flood into the site if they wanted to. So most people will stay close here. Notice how he backs up when he reloads, because that increases the distance from the point in which someone could be swinging from the smoke, which is a potential threat. You always want to start the fights from a longer distance with the ghost. So that allows him now to space out and take pretty good fights in that situation, right? The second one's pretty awesome, but his first one was clean, and that was really what you wanted to focus on. It's like the first kill. If you get the second one, that's like bonus, basically. He should be trading at that point, and SOM should really be dead in this situation.
Mark it.
You always base the fights off of the first fight and how he positions off the first fight. A lot of people would bury themselves into that corner, but again, you have to ask yourself, what gun do I have? Because that only suits a certain fight. What he would be doing there is waiting for that cage to go down, and he would be swinging this wide if no one were to push him in that situation to start clearing the main entrances. Or he would wrap with his raise along this way to retake. Want to get coached? Join this Discord. We have free and paid coaching options. Can't wait to see you there. Enjoy the video. Looking at his mini-map, looking at his mini-map, deciding what he wants to do.
What is blood cooking?
So he's taking a look at what's going on here. So he's thinking, okay, Cypher's over here, so there's probably a good brunt of people over on this spot. Because usually you're going to have the lurker Cypher being one spot, and then the other team's going to go somewhere else. That's universal with Split and Sunset. So we're now getting ready for this particular set play right here with the flash. And there's the initiator, so that's another good sign. There's probably going to be a hit over here. Fortunately, the Raze wasn't able to work off that flash, but you can see that they were setting that trap for the Raze to be able to move up. Both initiators over towards A, so this is going to be an easy just peek out and clean up. Didn't need to take this fight. He decided to play off of it because the Raze was starting to move up, and that's totally fine. You can make that play if you really want to. You're feeling confident. It is an eco cleanup at that point. So.
One thing from that, fight there, I'd say like personally, the second I hear the Gecko Flash, I think I personally would have popped the Omen Blind in response like a bit earlier than SOM did. So I'm just wondering if he's just like waiting for more noise to confirm if they're hitting, or if it's just like they want them to come up and then spring the trap on them.
If they go up, it's really hard for them to dodge this paranoia. So your mentality is util for util in a situation, and I think most of the time util for util makes sense if you're trying to stall. And 1 minute and 17 seconds, they bust their flash this way. Now that allows them to move up. Raze is over in this position on the A main, and I would say that he's not in a position to be able to act off the paranoia. So stalling here doesn't make much sense because you're just busting utility that doesn't come back. Basically, there's going to be so much more time that they can just fake off of this and go somewhere else. Okay, so you don't want to commit the paranoia unless it's like full-on trap this early into the round.
Yeah, so he's using this more for the Raze to just like kill them instead of delay.
Yeah, exactly. So what they want is they flash, and then basically Raze is getting set up, and once they get to this point, if you paranoia down here, there's no dodging that fight, right? There's no dodging that paranoia, and now Raze gets clean. Again, whenever you can, change up your starting position, go play towards B, go play towards market. You don't have to sit here the whole time. But it's a decent off angle that, again, like if they're going to go up middle at any point in time, they're worried about this. They're worried about this peek out. They're worried about this peek out. And now you're creating this off angle as well, which can be peaked right here for A main. So setting it up early, if you're not TPing into it and they're moving up, right? If you do this later on, they can now hear that you're going to be there, and it's very obvious. But if you're here early on, it's easy for you to peek off of that and get a free kill off it.
Oh my god, you closed the door on me, bro! Oh my god, it's a war!
This is what I was talking about before. with your VODs, identifying on the minimap who's in trouble, and then trying to support them as much as you can. He wasn't, he was a little bit slow on it, because obviously he's eating right now, but you can see his intention behind throwing the smokes, to try to keep him alive a little bit longer. They're going to see that example of this line right here, how awkward it is for them to cross our place.
What the?
FNS gets 2 kills, we throw the smoke to guarantee the value. See that?
Yeah, so you can't get traded.
Exactly. Then FNS full sends. And here's a pro player who should never do that. You can't save stupid. It's just that simple. Now, obviously, if FNS has $10,000 on the line and he's trying to win a tournament, he's not going to do that. Yeah, but he's also playing to a crowd. So it looks like it's going to be a mid-control and maybe end A, I think. Yeah. Okay, so Cypher's over here, so now it's feeling more like an NB. Could be a B split.
Whoa.
Looks like it's going to be a B split.
Alright, Thomas Shelby.
Yeah. That many kills, it's going to be a B split for sure.
They're running B.
So you can tell just by like looking at the Cypher, it's like, okay, it's probably going to be the opposite side right away. Those are your tells, your like little predictions. Now he's going to fight out here. We're 1 away from ults, which is important to look at too.
Oh, we're gonna throw a lurky.
Just fuck around.
Ah, see? This smoke here allows him to stage now. To be able to walk right in if he wants to. Good little flash, allows him to move in. Unlucky. It is what it is. That was a good play. Look at his face. That was a good play though. I like what he did here, right? You're in a 3v4 situation, flash to the right, move on up into the smoke. You can create space for yourself. Unlucky. 4 ults. I'd love to hear FNS and SOM communicate and show us a combo, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Oh, please help. Wait.
Okay. What do you think about this play?
I don't really like it.
Yeah, I don't either. Would you say this is more like a ranked play versus like say like a play that makes sense in the situation?
Yeah, I'd say it's more like he wants to shoot his gun.
Yeah.
Oh, please help. Wait.
I got you.
Wait.
Spike down A.
This is definitely another situation where he wants to shoot his gun, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going forward instead of backwards, and it's 4v2 with bomb down. So
Yeah. Protocol always is get a kill and fall back. Ray's got 2 perfect ones. We just fall back in a regular scenario. Okay.
Come up.
yeah.
One enemy remaining.
This crosshair placement's really good here. Like so clean. Like here's your line. In case you were wondering. That's your line right there for headline. So beautiful.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
The smoke here is really good as well, considering the fact that if they do come out, they're still worried about this corner here, they're worried about this line here, and they're exposed to both of them. They're also exposed to the top of the box. There could be someone who's right here as well that can swing them. So there's a lot of opportunities here to make it hard for them and easier for your fight. So even if they swing it on you and you're holding that spot, you're probably going to have the advantage. Another beautiful crosshair placement. Gotta give him credit where it's due.
He's in it.
I think this is a really good example of just using your ult. You know what I mean? Like, people just hold on to their ult forever and never get good value, and they see so many opportunities where they could do it, but they're just worried that people are going to judge them for using their ult all the time. Instead of committing and then finding that win condition. We tagged 3 here, they're all low HP. This is a brilliant moment for FNS to just clean up, which is exactly what happens. Like, it's just like 2 body taps like that. No, no headshots here, it just cleans them up, right? And you completely flipped around in your favor by doing this. This is a really bad fight from him afterwards. He's overheating in the situation. You're isolating yourself, not calling to swing. This is just basically ranked mentality here. Ranked mentality going for a 3-piece. He's complaining and being a bit of a victim because this this jet comes out and crouch peeks him like a weirdo. Sure, okay, that's fine. But you shouldn't have taken the fight. right? And he knows that. He's held onto his ult for a very long time here, which I've never been a fan of. But again, we're looking at a ranked environment. We're not looking at an environment where you're making things that make sense.
He might use it this time.
Yes, I can see it too. Exactly. Why not? Let's see if we can turn this round around. You're in a position where you know they're coming from middle, and now we have B main, which creates this opportunity here. This is beautiful. Good TP to distract where they're going to be going. So they think that you're behind here, but now you're over in the corner. So he puts the round into his own hands here. He really takes the round into his own hands with his ult. This was a 2v5, by the way. He's looking at the information. So the information that he got was there was a ton towards middle. So he's just like, okay.
So he commits it to B main.
Yeah. This is like, go to that entrance because they're probably going here, and let's see if we can generate something. We have good gun skill.
Yeah.
Let's just take it, right? Go for it.
I think
Great
personally, like I wouldn't have committed to that TP that quick unless I had like confirmed all 5 mid, because I'd be worried about like a lurker, maybe late B main, just like controlling that space.
This is the thing. There should be no fear here, and why should there be no fear here in a 5v2? Because it was a 5v2 a second ago.
Yeah, you just got to try and make something happen.
You have to.
I think.
You have to. In order to win this, you're going to go for an ult and then commit to it. You have to. If there's someone B main, unlucky. It is what it is. But you're in a spot where it's like, okay, we don't know all the information. You might have seen all 4, to be honest, and that would have made this even easier commitment. But even if you didn't see all 4, you got to say to yourself, how do I generate a win? Do I take a calculated risk, which really is no risk considering the fact that we should lose? Or do I sit still, all right, and not commit to this? And then worry that I might lose value on an ult. I would just go for it. Now, I want to talk about this little part here, this little micro thing that happens here. So, he gets hit with this, he gets hit with the flash, and as soon as he hits with a flash, he TPs. All right?
Ooh. Yeah, I probably would have like hit the TP before the flash hit.
Right. Now, because he gets hit with that, they think he's behind here. In fact, you watch.
Yeah. He holds it a little bit.
They're shooting at the box again. Yeah, exactly. They're shooting at the box. See that? They're shooting at the box.
Yeah.
They don't know he's in this corner. That opens up another freebie. So that's something that you can take advantage of if the timing comes into it, right? Something to think about.
Oh, kill him!
I just want to show this fight again.
Box like a fish.
See how small the micro adjustment is? It's literally this much. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just a small radius. This is a little adjustment, but he's in the right spot. Doesn't have to flick at all. Let me just look at his mouse movement again on this.
I'm boxing us in, brother.
Box like a fish. 120.
Look at that. There's no fucking mouse movement at all. There's more mouse movement after the round than there is in that moment.
Square, not a rectangle.
Okay, yeah. So I was about to say, this is like a full commit. You saw the paranoia coming in from tiles. There's a whole bunch of things. So I think what they did was from tiles, they threw the flash right through here to cover this line so that they can scale up really quickly. Smokes are coming out, so we're expecting there's going to be a lot more going on here. A little it should be fine because he's got a one-way. I was going to say it's a little... It's okay, I'm surprised he didn't get one-tapped here, I'll be honest. I was going to say it's a little dangerous to be holding the spot after you just killed a jet from the same angle. I always recommend that you change angles after you got a frag. Go to a different elevation, different side altogether. The fact that he didn't get pre-aimed on this after getting his teammate killed is usually just a sign of really poor communication from the other team. But also a bit of a risky factor for you. So again, boom, he gets another kill, so he has to change the angle up. Okay, so I just want to talk about this really quick. So this fight that he forces on the third one, right? Again, first of all, crosshair placement is brilliant. Like, literally doesn't have to move. What is good about him being aggressive here in the situation? What's the win condition that we have?
The flank from FNS.
You got it. It's FNS. So if he fights forward here, he's stalling for time for FNS to get into a better position.
Yeah, he's baiting attention as well.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, if he dies right here, he baits attention, he slows them down, FNS has more time to be able to walk up behind and guarantee the round win. He's probably not even thinking about this, but it's like almost a natural instinctual thing. His mentality here is just like frag and get entertainment value, but that's definitely in his mind in a regular situation as well.
And I feel like 5v1, like even though like FNS is on the flank, is it really necessary to like go?
It's not. It's not. But it's definitely not. It's definitely not. But like that is like another example of like a win condition that you can totally go for. So just remember that there's multiple ways to win a round. Some are more right than others, but or statistically more in favor. But that was like, in that situation, he's free to do that play because there's literally no risk if he guarantees FNS's value.
Going elbow.
Standard scale smoke here. He needs to go slow here. Because the backside needs to be... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And that's also what I was worried about too. So, he could have waited here because the brunt of his force is going this way. So it's 2 people this way and 3 people in this spot. So he could wait a little bit longer until they've cleared up elbow. And that's when he could start pinching on both sides. And he's basically just holding smoke for a little bit longer. The group must hit first. The group must hit first. And the other 2 must wait. So in this situation, his best spot to be is back here.
Just
watching this line.
Wall, slash smoke, yeah.
Yep. If Harbor wants to scale in and whatever and go for it, that's on him. It's not on. That's not on SOM here. So the best spot here is holding this spot, this lane. He can't move forward until the other group has cleared out all of elbow and they're about to move into sight. As you want their attention to be on these guys, not on you two. It's more likely that they're going to have a successful trade than you're going to. And it's not going to be any situation, especially early on, that there's going to be 5 people on the site at all. So the 3v, most likely 2 on the bomb site, should be an easy cleanup for that group of 3. You would always react afterwards. So his positioning here is the problem. I think textbook is going to say the 3 players must be here before you can start really fully scaling up. If the Harbor decides to go in, I still think you being here and watching this is fine. They could be pushing up. I'm not sure. Yep, I was about to say. I literally just said they could be pushing up A main. Could be on A main. Yeah, no trip set up at all. Automatic has both of his wires.
Oh,
welcome to Radiant. Radiant gamer. Makes it easier for your team to scale on. So flashing that person falling back, I don't agree with.
One enemy remaining.
Fighting this one, I don't agree with. I did this play actually, pretty much this exact play. It was a Cypher and there was a Gecko. And I had 2 options. I either had this option where I could fight right here. This was last night, by the way. I'll get the VOD for you at some point. So I had the option of taking this fight, 1v1, and egoing. Or I could be tucked behind this wall up top here, wait for him to come out, and once he gets into the open and he's looking this direction, then I swing him.
And then I swing. Yeah. I've done this play a couple times as well, and I've just learned from past experiences that always tucking is the better play, typically.
Yeah.
Let him look towards side, you get a free kill in the side of the head.
Yeah, exactly. Think about from their perspective, path to victory through the eyes of the opponent. When are they going to be looking away, right? They're going to be looking away at this point. So if you listen for that point where they drop down or they start moving across and getting close, that's when you want to swing. It's all off the sound. You also can just play off contact in that situation. He knows that he's throwing in here. Alright, so this is a perfect opportunity right now for FNS to blitz A site with his ult. And then once he does that, SOM can teleport behind them. And one of the plays that I like to do, and I did this actually just recently as well, is this one. I think I might have shown you this one before. Go like this, and you TP into this spot right here. So you're back here. Most often, they're going to be playing towards middle. They'll hear it. That's fine. This FNS ult right here would clear out everyone on B site, so they're not really aware that you're going to be there. And now the entire rotation from here is distracted while your front end ends up hitting the site very cleanly. They're always worried about you being here, and you just exist in this point. You can take a fight here, but you want to stay alive as long as you can. So you just scale your smokes up the right way. You'll probably throw your second smoke into this spot right here. And then you just basically just like keep yourself alive as long as you can. And it's going to distract the boba rotation very, very clearly. Now, the way that you would, if you're doing this in a team environment, the way that you would want this to work is that you scale in, you take this site really quickly, and then you take boba. Control boba. And that way we have this entire entrance controlled. We have this entire entrance controlled. And that's going to funnel their rotation through here, which is exactly what you want. All right, if they're stuck on the entry sides like this, they're constantly worried about threats all around them, all around this slide. So it makes it really easy for you to clean up the entire round. That's what I would love to see. But guess what we're playing? Ranked. And it's probably not going to happen.
Just relied on you, man.
Holy shit, that is beautiful to look at. Watch this.
Relied on you, man.
Oh, that's so good. The tracing on that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Last player standing.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He can win this.
Shadows traveling.
I think spacing
Okay.
from the enemy is just off there.
Yeah, their timings on the peak wasn't great, so they 1v1 him a whole bunch. So in this situation here with bomb and having killed 3, I would challenge through an A main, and I would tap the bomb right on the site as much as I can, as fast as I can, and then I would scale into my A main smoke. That's the plan that I would do. What would you do in this situation?
I think I'm probably smoking top mid and then just waiting A main for like 5-10 seconds and then slowly scaling through A, just to make them think that I could have gone through mid. Providing they haven't walked out mid, then they form my whole plan.
I think they walked through mid, and I think he has the information that they walked through mid. Now, one of the things that he's probably thinking about is the Cypher ult, which, if he gets revealed on that, then it's cat's out of the bag. So I understand why he's doing this, but this is the commitment that I would have went for. You tap him. Okay, he's gonna go for the plant.
I assume like both of them are doubled up right now, and they're just gonna play off the Cypher ult to win.
Okay, so what would you do here?
I guess it kind of depends if they Cypher ult or not. But like at this, like without them Cypher ulting, like right now in this instance, I'm smoking like deep CT and I'm going CT and holding it.
Okay. I think what he's going to do is he's going to smoke off Boba. He's going to fight Market in this situation. Looking for 1 frag and then backing off.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, that's probably the exact smoke I'd do. But I'm going CT instead of or Market.
So he's going to get 1 and he can TP away if he wants to.
Ultimate is ready.
He has his ult now. He has his ult. Oh, this was really poor from him.
I feel like TP main is probably the better choice, you know? TP main, then just like do the jump spot, jiggles, and then you just play time.
There's so many options that you have now that you have your ult, right? The one thing that I don't like is him committing
Dry fighting.
to this. Yeah, because there's always a chance he can just double back and swing here as well,
Yeah.
right?
He's just
So-
egoing, I think, here.
Yeah, he totally is. So his best option in this situation, in my opinion, is to back off to this line. Because the chances of him wrapping all the way back around Boba are like next to none. So he's going to be committing to this bomb plant and probably going to have to tap at some point. The bomb's right here. You play this spot, you take your fight. If it doesn't go well, you can back off and you can immediately hit your TP. And what you can do here is you can actually cancel right away to make him think that you're going there. Cancel right away and re-swing it off of his tap if you wanted to. That would be the thing that I would probably do in this situation.